Now, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Isaac Hassan says the August 8th date for the 2017 general election cannot be changed despite the strict timelines awaiting the reconstitution of the electoral body ahead of the polls. Hassan, who was meeting the Senate Public Accounts Committee to shed light on the recent capping of campaign funding, said any change of the election date should be subjected to a referendum since it is firmly founded on the Constitution.
And you are aware that we have members of parliament, MCS, who have actually associated themselves with Jubilee to the extent of pronouncing that they have joined it. In your view, can you tell the public when you are calling for by-elections?
When do we do a by-election? After the party has instituted its own disciplinary procedure. A person must first be given the notice to show cause, why he should not be expelled from the party. Then the governing body of the party meets, they expel the person, they furnish the decision to the speakers and the commission and the register of political parties. Then the speaker declares a vacancy. Then we're going to do the by-elections.
Important thing that's happening, the country will be going, and we are expecting to go to elections. And we have entrusted you with that process until now. So as you go away, that was the final word that I was asking from you. As the chairperson of IEBC, what are your thoughts as you go away on the question of the election date? What are your thoughts?
As to the election date, it's unconstitutional. It cannot be changed. If you have to change it in Parliament, it requires a referendum. So I don't think there's no two way about it. Yeah. It's 8th of August. What I know for a fact is that, yes, the timetables are becoming very congested. Activities are going to become bumper to bumper. There will be a lot of work to be done. But I have no doubt in my mind that we are with a very strong, experienced and professional secretariat that is able to do the job.
The relevant organs of the state, including Parliament, should be able to meet 24 hours a day to make sure the deadlines that were envisaged in the Select Committee's report as passed by Parliament, as enshrined in that act, that we do meet these deadlines so that we don't jeopardize the constitutional requirement that we hold elections on the 8th of August next year.
All right, and for more details on how it went down at the Senate Public Accounts Committee, let's now link up with our reporter Murimi Mwangi from Parliament with more details on the same. A very good afternoon to you, Murimi. Thank you very much for joining us, not of course in Parliament, but at our City Centre studios. The election capping, the campaign funding rule, this was a major discussion today at the Senate Public Accounts Committee. What are some of the things that were very contentious that the PSC of the Senate sought to find out from the IEBC commissioners?
Good afternoon, Akisa. Now, besides that brief discussion on the impending exit of the current IEBC commissioners from office, of course, on issues of campaign spending and particularly on the source of the money that contestants, be it the incumbents or the potential aspirants that are seeking nomination from the various political parties are going to be spending, of course, there were questions as to the source of those funds, and predominantly was the question of how can the IEBC oversee an exercise right from the nomination to the ultimate general election that does not have utilization of funds that have been stolen or even illicit cash. And therein came a suggestion that governors who have not honored summons by the Senate to answer to queries from the Auditor General, as well as civil servants who have cases pending against them, corruption cases before court, whether the IEBC has a mandate to prevent them from contesting the elections. And of course, the statement from the IEBC current chair was that unless such an indictment has the backing of a ruling from court or a judgment where one has been found guilty of having committed certain offenses such as theft of public funds, then such allegations, even even if they are from the Auditor General or even a parliamentary committee, then that's not substantive ground to block candidates from seeking nomination of any political party to contest any position in 2017. And that is likely to be a bone of contention in the coming days between governors and senators. You know, quite a number of sitting senators are said to be eyeing the positions of governor, and therefore they might want to use that as a strategy to corner governors who have in the past been summoned by the EACC or even by the Senate itself to answer to questions of accountability for public funds. Akisa.
Murimi, give us details on some of the things that were said by the IEBC leadership regarding the exit of the commissioners, even as we head into the general poll.
Now, as you know, Akisa, the latest impediment to the exit of the IEBC commissioners has been their retirement package, so to speak. And that is a matter that is now beyond Parliament, even judging from the communication that came from the Speaker of the National Assembly. And you know that the Attorney General, as well as the officials drawn from the Treasury and the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, were set to of course, meet starting this week to come up with modalities and figures that they can now quote for the IEBC commissioners to exit, judging even from the appearance of the IEBC today before the Public Accounts Committee of the Senate. Isaac Hassan was clear that one of the reasons why he was not accompanied by other commissioners to that sitting today was by virtue of the fact that quite a number of them are packing to leave, and the mood at Anniversary Towers, where the IEBC is located, is that of commissioners waiting for their package to, of course, leave office. And therefore, all eyes in the coming days will be on these three crucial offices that are, of course, mandated to come up with the specific figures, perhaps upon which the IEBC commissioners can leave office. And that's, of course, to talk of the Attorney General as well as the Treasury and the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. Akisa.
Murimi, thank you very much for that. That is Murimi Mwangi, who attended that particular the Senate sittings, beg your pardon, between the Public Accounts Committee of the Senate and the IEBC leadership on an array of issues.